Good morning. Welcome in. It's the Martin Morning Report. It's a Saturday, October 26th. We're talking Friday night football from last night. And what a night we had. 8-player A1, A2, first round of the playoffs, week 9 of the regular season for everybody else. And now they're going to learn about their fate here a little bit later on in the morning. Well, we know who's in, but we just don't need to know where they're going. All right, we're going to start with the TNT Ford Explosive Performance of the Day. And we're going to go with our AgriVision Equipment Group Player of the Night. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to go TNT Ford Explosive Players of the Night, Performance of the Night. I don't even know what the name of it is, but I know this. How about Wyatt Regalier? He goes 233 yards rushing, 8 total touchdowns, 7 receptions, 70 yards receiving, and he helps our Weeva beat Fremont Mills on the road in dominant form, 51-22. The other one, McCade Paulson. Holy cow, the Cam standout helps the Cougars to a 67-64 win over Granger Terrell, Ruth Van Ayrshire. 347 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, 176 passing, 4 touchdowns, and Tate Namey, he went from Ames to Ruthven. He's like, where the heck is Ruthven? I have no clue. But he got there, and it was worth it. 67-64, game-winning field goal from Keegan Cron. In the end, those are our TNT Ford explosive performances of the day. Go to TNTFord.com. Check them out, TNT Ford in Red Oak. All right, let's go to Audubon, where the Audubon Wheelers roll 38-7 over East Mills. Carson Wessel had 65 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, plus two touchdowns passing, 47 yards passing. It was light work there for Carson. But, of course, he was able to make it work because he's a Denison descendant. Moving on. Lennox, a winner, 72-16 over Xira Elkhorn. Kimballton, Gabe Robles, 3.5 tackles, an interception, a 60-yard touchdown reception. Gabe Funk went 132 passing, 143 rushing, 5 total touchdowns on offense, plus a punt return for a score as well. Brody Pryor and Woodbine are moving on, 50-14. They beat Collins Maxwell last night. He goes 170 passing, 3 touchdowns, 107 rushing, plus 2 touchdowns as well. Those are your advancers in Class 8 player. Of course, we have one more, and it was the Bedford Bulldogs. As we move on to number 2 in our KMA games last night, Bedford used last-minute heroics to help and beat Belle Plaine. They trailed for 46 minutes in the game and then keep their season alive with an unlikely Braden Hensley to Marcus Knighton touchdown pass. Only unlikely because, Quentin Dalton usually is the quarterback. He gets hurt. Bedford finds a way. And then they drive 400 miles home, feeling 200 miles home, feeling very, 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 very happy. Although Trevor Mater, I don't know how happy he was. He was not responsive. I understand he was probably trying to drive home, but we were like, Trevor, good job. Hey, how you doing? No response, no reply. Clarinda loses last night. Unfortunately, they fall to Greene County. I know they were banged up in the end of the season, and they end up falling last evening to a strong Greene County team. Dominic Paulsley ended up running the ball well all season long, had 904 yards rushing, and Clarinda's season comes to an unfortunate end at home. Shenandoah goes on the road. First time that they've played in back-to-back state playoffs since 1987. Second consecutive year they play OABCIG, and they're pretty good. OABCIG gets the win. Shenandoah's season comes to an end. Let's make it 3 in a row next year. Let's go to small class 11 player last night and talk about some of the standouts from a big night there in Class A. Tri-Center wins 41-0 over South Central Calhoun. They get 209 rushing from Carter Coonsey and 140 receiving from Cale Witt, plus A.J. Harder threw for 226 and 3 touchdowns. Riverside, 29-27 over Linville Sully, stepping up, making 2 big defensive stands late to beat this explosive Linville Sully team. Jackson Gordon, 212 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 72-yard passing touchdown as well. Mount Air beat Earlham 58-50. I said this might be a high-scoring game. 108 points later. Dyson Thompson, a kick return for a score, a rushing touchdown. Tate Dugan, a kick return for a score, a rushing touchdown, a receiving score. Jackson Ruggles, a pick 6, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a touchdown pass. And Trevin Victor had a punt return for a touchdown as well. Also, sayonara to these fine teams this year. St. Albert, Logan Magnolia, and Wayne's season come to a finish. Class 1A, Trainer over West Sioux, 28-14. Ben Casey, 125 passing, 3 touchdowns. Jet Sorensen, 138 rushing, a touchdown. Goes over 1,000 for the season. Judd Miska, 187 receiving and 2 touchdowns. Hinton takes down AHSTW. Underwood over Ridgeview, 21-10. Garrett Ludd, 194 passing, 48 rushing, 3 total touchdowns. Easton Robertson, 12 catches, 106 receiving, and a score as well. Moving on to Class 2A last night, we already mentioned Clarinda Kemper Catholic, also a winner. They beat Sheraton 48-7. The regular season finales in Class 3A Wins for Sergeant Bluff Luton. Harlan got a win over Knoxville 42-7. Gabe Arkfeld 308 passing, 3 touchdowns. Creston beat Perry. Atlantic lost to Nevada. That means only Harlan gets in from that district along with Nevada, the district champion. No Atlantic and Creston, unfortunately. Denison Slesway gets a win 51-15 in 4A1. Jackson Gravy 215 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Lamar's a winner. They take down Storm Lake. Norwalk over Glenwood. Glenwood again. They were so much better late in the season. Great coaching from the staff there. Young team, a lot coming back. Norwalk beats them 29-26. Lewis Central downs Dallas Center Grimes 49-8. AL, Sioux City East, Sioux City North all lose. And then we had week 9 regular season play. Red Oak falls to MVAO COU. Griswold beat Melcher Dallas. Stanton Essex falls to Siouxland Christian. 3A, 4A, 5A qualifiers from the area. Harlan, Heelan, Sergeant Bluff Luton in 3A. Lewis Central in 4A, and Sioux City East in 5A. We'll find out who they play here in about an hour and a half or so. East Atchison last night, a win, finishing out the regular season with a victory over South Holt. They'll get ready for the postseason next week. 3 touchdowns for Cam Brooks. Platte Valley beat Rockport 32-20. Rich Clements 182 rushing, 4 touchdowns, 65 yards passing. Of course, big one for Platte Valley. First loss for Rockport this season. They go into the playoffs at 8-1. North Andrew 74-34 for Pattonsburg. Nottoway Valley, Albany, Mound City, Worth County, also area winners. Savannah lost last night in the MEC championship game to St. Pius, and Maryville, a winner over Lafayette 42-0. And in Nebraska last night, Nebraska Class B District 2, Plattsmouth the winner over Ralston. In C1-1, Brant Galizia goes 115 rushing and 5 touchdowns. Auburn beat Nebraska City 53-0. Syracuse the winner 45-20 over Wilbur Claytonia. Cy Peterson 256-yard rushing. And then they update the playoff points at 11 o'clock last night, and Syracuse is tied for the last spot, but they lose the tiebreaker, unfortunately, and their season comes to an end. Falls City also a winner in C1-1 over Fairbury. Ashland Greenwood a winner. They'll be in the playoffs. They take down Gross Catholic 47-20. Conestoga and TJ Quick get their first win of the season in C2-1, 14-0 over Palmyra. And Sterling a winner over Lewiston in 6th player, 59-21. That's your 5 fast things. That's your football Friday night rundown of the Martin Morning Report. Thanks for watching. We'll talk with you in
24 hours.
No.
48 hours.
48 hours. Monday. Thank you.